All right, what's going on, guys? So I tried to record my trading today during the PM session, but unfortunately, I was not on the big screen here. I was on my Windows Surface, so the scale of like the size was off, so it only recorded the left side of the screen and didn't record anything that I was typing out as I was trading. But I guess it was kind of a good thing because I didn't have my audio on because I was on another call for my marketing business. But I wanted to basically show you guys the trades I took, why I took them, and all that stuff. So we'll go through that now. So this is NASDAQ, and I was looking for a continuation lower on NASDAQ. So I guess I can show you real quick. So on a daily chart, if you look on NASDAQ, we had this little gap on a daily, which we traded into yesterday to close the day. So I was anticipating this to be like a pretty relevant high for us, ultimately to target the liquidity of this candle below the low. So that's exactly what we did today. And if you map out the range, you can see that that's about 470, 480 pips or so. So if we jump back into this, what I was looking at during the PM session is, or I should say late lunch, early PM session. So we left these equal lows in the AM session. There was a small little fair value gap in here, poked into it, traded off, traded higher again, and then we sold off. So I have my chart scrunched over because I have the positions here to the right that I'm about to show you, but this is what I was looking at. So hopefully you guys can see. So a little small fair value gap here, and then a little small fair value gap here. This was a run on buy stops, right? So the market ran above, taking these buy stops, and then we left this fair value gap and this fair value gap. So I'm going to show you guys the whole thing now. So you can see this fair value gap here, we traded up into it. I waited for price and then I went short. So I'm going to show you guys a 1 minute chart so we can dive into the details. But ultimately, the draw on liquidity that I was looking for was these equal lows from AM session, ultimately for a draw to the blue line, which is this daily low, right? And just for congruency's sake, let me go out to the daily on this one so you can see this blue line is what I'm talking about. So you'll see this right here on the 5 minute. So I'm going to jump into a 1 minute and then we'll get into the details of it all. Turn all this stuff off. Okay. Here we go. So on the 5 minute, this was the fair value gap. So I should maybe delineate this so you guys know. Minute 5, fair value gap. Okay. So that's going to be from this line to this line as a minute 5 fair value gap. We also have another one here between this line and this line. So you can see this one on a 1 minute is pretty balanced. So my eye was more so drawn to this, right? We have 3 consecutive down candles, several little gaps in between. So I'm waiting as price is working in between and all that, right? As soon as we get below, trade back up to retest it, I went short. Okay. So I went short, had a nice little sell off, all that good stuff. Cool. We left a volume imbalance here. So in the recording, I was hoping to be able to share with you guys, which again, I didn't have audio for, so maybe it's a good thing, but it was cool watching it pan out live. I would have loved you guys to be able to see that. But anyways, I drew this volume imbalance out. If you don't know what a volume imbalance is, ICT talks about those as well. It's essentially just 2 gaps in candles like this. So I was drawing things out and typing as the recording was going on, and I was saying, watch this level, right? Price trades up into it precisely, sells off, right? Market clears sell side here, trades all the way back up, and I closed one partial here. So this position was 0.5, I think. I'm not sure. So I closed 0.25 here. And then I think I closed another 0.25 here. Yeah, so it was 0.5. So half a lot. And I ended up closing here, right? This box here is a secret, so I can't tell you guys that one. But this, notice the bodies of the volume imbalance, right? So once we traded below it on this candle, traded back up into it, I went short again. So I had taken the initial entry here, got stopped out in profit, right? My stop was resting around this area, took me out, and I had closed this one manually as we're starting to trade up. Because at this point, we had already traded in the volume imbalance. I didn't necessarily think we'd have to come back up into it, right? Now, once it got into it again, the bodies respected it. I went short here, closed my first partial here, right? Just in case we wanted to test this and then go back up and we consolidate. You know, I've seen that happen time and time again. So I closed the first partial here. I think the position was 2 contracts. I don't know why it's doing this. I think it was 2 contracts, but I took off 0.5 here. I took off another 0.2 here. So that's 0.7, and then I closed. Okay, so it was just 1 contract. It was one lot. So I went short 1 lot here, closed 0.5 here, closed 0.2 here, because we're just kind of staying sideways at this level. And then once we broke through and we traded to my level, which was the draw, I drag that across. That was take profit getting hit. So we spiked right through that, and that's what the little smiley face is. And then to close the day, market hits our daily level here, and then had a retracement, right? Interesting little note is this is that other 5-minute fair value gap from earlier. So you can see price spiking through that, rejecting, consolidating, and then ultimately working above it. So a lot of people would maybe consider using this fair value gap when it trades back up into it because they think it's going to, you know, go short. But you have to remember, coming off of a key daily level like this after taking liquidity, right, having a break of market structure, rebalance, trading higher, this would not be a shorting opportunity, right? So I wouldn't, this was only going to be valid as price was down here. But later in the day, this becomes invalid. So hopefully that maybe helps you guys. But yeah, hopefully this was an insightful video. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.